Luke, what happened to you? Oh, I'm deeply sorry, Mr. Conductor. I was just coming to the docks singing some nice Christmas tunes, and I opened my eyes and these cargo cars are in front of me, and, well, now I'm off the rails. Oh, that's just typical of Sir Topham Hatt and his railway. One of his engines put these here and must have been too lazy to move them, or forgot them. I don't know. I really don't care for the reason. I just know that whoever's fault it is will pay for this. Oh, don't worry, Mr. Conductor. This isn't the first time an engine's been derailed. I'm sure they can get Harvey or Rocky to come over here, and I'll be back on the rails in no time. That's not the point, Luke. The point is Sir Topham Hatt will pay. Luke, Mr. Conductor, I'm so sorry. I got here as quick as I could. Do you see what happened to my poor engine, Luke? He was just trying to take some cargo cars to the docks and do his job when one of your engines left their cargo cars in the middle of the tracks. Mr. Conductor, I'm so sorry. You know I didn't mean for this to happen, and whoever did this, I'll make sure they have consequences that they deserve for a move like that. Oh, don't worry, Sir Topham Hatt. Just get Rocky here and I'll be back on my rails in no time. Luke, we already talked about this. Sir Topham Hatt, I expect you to fix this. Get somebody over here to get Luke back on the rails. All I'll do is have an engine take away the cargo cars so they're out of your way. Oh, don't you worry, Mr. Conductor. And you too, Luke. I'll have Rocky over here in an instant. He'll have you back on the rails in no time. Thank you, Sir Topham Hatt. I do appreciate that. Well, in the meantime, you can have Toby take me back to Knapford Station. I'm sure one of my engines will be there. You know, we're so busy we constantly have trains coming and going from Knapford. Well, you're just in luck, 'cause that's where I was going next. I'll have Toby take the both of us. And that's what it was like when Stuart came to our railway. Wow, that was a great story, Duke. Say, which one was Stuart again? Does it matter? They both act the same now. Yes, I'd have to say that these two sure are acting like their old selves now that our railway's doing so great. I was hoping to see you here, Percival. Did you hear about what Sir Topham Hatt's railway did to Luke? Oh boy, what happened this time? Some engine left their cargo cars in the middle of the track, so Luke ran into them and is now derailed as we speak. Good thing Duke's here, though. We need to get back to our side of the railway. Come on, we don't have time for Sir Topham Hatt's engines. Wow, a little bit of success on their railway and it sure goes to all of their heads. Oh, I know. And unfortunately, with no way to see who put the cargo cars there or why they were left there, we'll just never know who was responsible for it. That is a shame. I'd love to stay and chat with you guys, but I have some work that needs to be done elsewhere on the island. I'll see you guys later. And yes, same with me. I have a few passengers I need to take before the end of my day. I'll be seeing you two later. Well, Sir Topham Hatt, looks like it's just you and me now. I was hoping you'd be free, Thomas, 'cause there's something I thought about. I need to talk to with my number one engine. Oh, really, sir? Well, I'm here. What would you like to talk about? Well, it has to do with the railways. I've crunched some numbers, and it looks like in the time that I've sold the narrow gauge railway to Mr. Conductor, Mr. Percival, and Garrett Bernard, it looks like their profits have done really well. They've done a very good job running that railway. However, with us, I think as a result of them doing as well as they are, we've been hurting. Our profits are down. You know, I had a feeling, sir. Passengers, there's just not as many of them as there used to be. Yes, and I know you're not the only one who's noticing them, and not just from our railway. And that's why I think Mr. Percival and Mr. Conductor were treating me as poor as they were today. They knew I'm vulnerable with how poorly our railway's been doing compared to theirs. Well, how bad is it, sir? I mean, if I'm truly honest, things aren't going well at all. It's actually going pretty bad, to the point where I'm considering having some engines do more jobs, so I can sell the ones I don't need. Sell engines? Really? You would do that? I mean, I don't want to, and I'm going to try to avoid doing that. However, I think it is a good idea to combine some of the jobs I have engines doing. If I can get more engines to do more jobs, then I won't need all my engines out working every day. Well, that's not too bad of an idea. And hopefully after a while everybody can go back to their normal jobs. I know I'd hate to be overworked, but for this island I would do it. Me too, Thomas. Me too. I hope it's only a matter of time until things are back to normal on our railway. I think it's time to tell you about what happened when I left the island of Sodor. After they were able to stop me, Sir Topham Hatt moved me to a different part on a new railway. Originally what he wanted to do was keep me by myself as he looked to sell me off. Unfortunately for him, an old engine like me wasn't too valuable on other railways, so ultimately I just sat there until an engine on that railway found me, and they decided to put me to work. When Sir Topham Hatt found out about that, he figured I might as well come back here and pull Henrietta, just like I used to. In his eyes, it was better to have an engine like me out there doing work for him than sitting in storage waiting to be sold. Of course, I had to agree that I'd be respectful to him and the rest of the railway, which I told him as long as I can continue to pull Henrietta, I will do just that. And he believes me, and that's because I was being honest. However, Sir Topham Hatt hopefully can trust me now, but I can't say the same about him. I don't trust him one bit, and as this railway continues to do worse and worse, I make sure to sleep with one eye open. I guess I should say, first and foremost, Merry Christmas to you two and good luck in your race. Gordon decided on these rules ahead of time, and he's decided to leave me here at Knapford to make sure it's a fair start so he can watch the finish for both of you. Now, the rule will be as followed. Spencer, your line is the line we will be judging. Instead of having you two race at the same time, we will start with Spencer since you are already at the starter's line. Once you make it all the way to Gordon, your race is over. You should easily tell which track you can take. Ashima will be blocking the one way that you could possibly go that would be incorrect. So besides all that, good luck with your race. Thanks, Percy. Now when can we get this race started? I want to win, and I want to win now. Well, Spencer, I guess if you're all ready to go, I'll begin the countdown now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Thank you for the ride, Scarloey. No problem, Garrett Bernard. Mr. Percival, Mr. Conductor, let me start out by saying Merry Christmas to both of you. And I'm sure you're wondering why I wanted to speak with the both of you. Yes, actually, we were hoping to be on vacation by now. Well, if that's the case, I'll try to keep it as brief as I can. The other day, some engines notified me that you two were interested in expanding the railway, and I wanted to discuss that. Well, you did hear right, Garrett Bernard. We are interested in expanding the railway. We thought it'd be pretty easy. We decided that the owners would just take about half of what they invested to purchase this railway. We didn't think it'd be that hard, especially with the money we've been making from the railway since we became the owners. See, that's the problem. I don't have enough money to invest. The money that I used to help purchase the narrow gauge railway, I had to take out loans to do that. I have no extra money right now that I can free up to help expand our railway. Well, you don't need to worry about it just yet. The expansion isn't starting tomorrow. We've probably got about a couple months before we really need to get the money put down and start expanding the railway. So give it some time, build up some wealth, and then you'll be able to help us expand. But you see, guys, I'm not even sure if I have the money to do that, even if I start saving up. You see, Garrett, today is Christmas. Instead of worrying about expanding our railway, we should be having a good time and celebrating. That's what Christmas is meant to be. So instead, let's put this talk off until next year. We'll worry about the money we need to expand our railway then. Oh, okay. That sounds like a plan. Thank you both for your time. I really do appreciate it. And have a Merry Christmas. And time. Good job, Spencer. Your time looks to come in at 1:01. 1:01. That sounds like a winning time if I've ever heard one before. Old Hugo's gonna regret wanting to race with me. Oh, Percy, Hugo, I was sent over here to notify you that Spencer has completed his part in the race. That means, Hugo, whenever you are ready, you can begin yours. Thank you, Bertie. I should have known that you'd be keeping your eyes open to any race happening on the island of Sodor. Well, as Bertie said, Hugo, we're ready when you are. Oh, Percy, I've been ready ever since I lost that race to Gordon. All right, Hugo, I'll begin your countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And time. Oh boy, what did I get for a winning time? Let's give Percy, Bertie, Ashima, and Thomas a second to come here. I know they all wanted to see the results too. Thank you, Gordon. We're all here now. Alright then, let's proceed. First, I want to thank both our participants and everybody that helped with these races today. Ashima for blocking the line and Percy for helping at the starting line. So let's start out with Spencer since he crossed the line first. Spencer finished with a time of 1:01. You all might as well thank me now. That's a perfect time for a winner. Hold on, Spencer. We haven't got to Hugo's time yet. And Hugo finished with a time of 54 seconds. Wow, Spencer, he really beat you. What? This cannot be. How could Hugo beat an engine like me? Hugo lost to Gordon of all engines. Well, would you look at that? I won a race. Gordon, I think it might be time for a rematch. A rematch? You did kind of earn yourself one today. Hugo, I like that idea. We'll have to keep in touch. Hey, Bertie, I don't think they're the only ones who should be having a rematch. I mean, if we must, Thomas. That would be a good way to begin the new year. Oh boy, I lose a race that is rigged and now everybody wants a rematch. And when you guys do want a rematch, Ashima and I will be sure to be there and make sure it is done fairly. Sir Topham Hatt, why do we need to be here so late at night on a Christmas day of all days? Well, Mavis, after having thought about this for quite some time, I've decided to make an important decision regarding you and Toby. Oh, really, sir? What could this be? Well, as I'm sure you two have either noticed or heard from other engines, since I've sold the narrow gauge railway, our railway has suffered from business. In particular, the number of passengers are down. So I've decided to make a drastic move that I think will help improve our railway. Now, since we don't need as many trains running during the day, Mavis... Well, first, you're probably wondering why you have Henrietta with you today, correct? Yes, I think Toby and I were both confused about why you wanted me to take Henrietta to Knapford tonight. Now see, this decision has to do with Henrietta. Mavis, I've decided that I need you to take Henrietta from now on. Now I'll still have you working at the quarry, so this will be added work to your schedule. Now because the number of passengers have been going down, you won't be taking nearly the amount of passengers or the number of trains that Toby has to. However, you still will be responsible for taking Henrietta and all of Toby's current passengers on a daily basis. Oh, but, sir, I don't think I could do that to Toby. Not only that, Mavis is busy taking care of Bill and Ben at the quarry. She's got a busy schedule there. Besides, what am I going to be left with? Well, Toby, you'll be an extra engine. If somebody's getting repaired or there's an extra job that needs to be done, you'll be the first engine I go to. In the meantime, I guess you'll have more time to do things you usually don't have time for. But, sir, I don't think either of us would like to do this. We're both content with our jobs. In fact, I think we love doing our jobs. This wouldn't make sense. I think it would be best for us to continue to do what we usually do. Mavis, Toby, this is not a decision that's up for discussion. I've already decided, and this is how it will be from now on. So I'm sorry, Toby, but you will no longer be taking Henrietta. But, sir, Alright, Mavis, take me home. I need to go home after a day like this. It's Christmas. I shouldn't be having discussions like this with my engines this late at night. I've told myself since I've returned that as long as the decisions Sir Topham Hatt makes don't hurt me, then I will do nothing about him. But now that he's made a decision that does hurt me, he's in a world of trouble.